Hi there, I just wanted to show you how to do a stacked double crochet, which is how I'm now starting off my rows of trebles. Whether it's regular trebles or rows of granny stitch trebles, I now use a stacked double crochet to start off my row to get the height for the first stitch. I used to use 3 chain, but 3 chains are quite skinny and they also are a bit of a pain to work into when you've got to slip stitch at the end of your round or when you've got to get into them at the end of your row. So stacked double crochets are really good because they have a stitch at the top, so it's much easier to work into. So we've got to the end of our foundation double crochet row. We're not going to turn, we're not going to chain one, we're just going to work our stacked double crochet right into the last stitch. Okay, so if you turn slightly, you'll see you've got these 2 bars at the top. You're going to insert your hook under them, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. So that's your first double crochet. And to do your second double crochet on top of it, you're going to go under this left hand bar. Okay, so you've got 2 bars making up your double crochet. This left hand one, insert your hook under it, yarn over, pull through, make sure you draw up enough height, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And that is your stacked double crochet, so that counts as your first treble. So then you're going to create your second treble. So you can see it's coming out of this first stitch here. So we're now going to work into this second stitch. So if you just look, you've got 1, 2 double crochets there. So that's your first stitch. Put a stitch marker in it if it's tricky to work out which is your first stitch. Okay, and then yarn over and go into the second stitch under those 2 bars and work your next treble. And then continue to work along your row as normal. However, that's what I would do if I was just doing normal trebles, but when I do granny stitch, I like to work over the bulk of this row in order to reduce the gaps between the first row of granny stitch, which can often look quite gappy. So I've got my stacked double crochet. I am going to miss the first stitch, which is this one here, and I'm going to work my granny stitch group into this third stitch, but instead of going into there, I am going to go into there. So if I put my hook in, you can see, let me just make sure I'm going into the right place. Yep, there. You can see that I have just got 2 bars under my hook. Okay, so you're going in just above those 2 bars at the bottom. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. I'm not going to teach you how to do trebles, you know how to do that. I just wanted to show you where I go into the stitch, and once you've done the first stitch, that stitch will open up and it's much easier to get your stitches in there. Then you're going to miss 2 stitches, so miss that one, and then we're going to go into this one to do our next granny stitch group. So into the bottom, make sure you've just got 2 bars on the bottom of your hook, yarn over and work your first treble. And then you can see that by working over the bulk of the foundation double crochet row, you've kind of reduced the gaps between these first stitches, these first groups. Okay, so that's your stacked double crochet there. So when you come to join at the end of your round, instead of having a 3 chain, you've got to get into the 3rd chain. All you have to do is just go under that stitch to join or to work into at the end of your row. So it's much nicer.